Is one of our
the
headlines
link
Kessie?
No.
Because there's been some developments.
From who?
From his agent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on.
He says...
breaking news on We Are Tottenham TV, people.
There are quotes from his agent saying, having a contract expiring in 2022 with an important player, one of AC Milan's strongest, is a basic error by the club. Now Kessie is the one who holds the knife by the handle and can decide what is best for him rather than the club. I know that in addition to Inter Milan, there are 2 Premier League clubs interested in him, including Tottenham Hotspur. That is from Franck Kessie's agent just now.
So that comes a few months after Franck Kessie says he wants to stay at AC Milan for the rest of his career. And now he's talking about Inter Milan. Imagine if he goes to Inter Milan.
Oh, yeah, no, that would be too much. That would be too much. But, so Franck Kessie's agent apparently confirming that Spurs have hold an interest this summer about getting Franck Kessie. And he does have 1 year left.
Give them Aurier and Sissoko, and we take Franck Kessie. Easy, done deal.
Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, please, I would love that. But with 1 year left at 24, he's 24 years of age. Could there be a deal to be done, or is his agent talk? Or is his agent talk?
There to be a deal. I love this player so much. I think he's an absolute baller. He had an absolutely unbelievable season for AC Milan. I think he is a top player, and I think if we are looking to get Ndombele out the door, there's not many better players in the middle of the park that's a viable option than Kessie.
According to Calcio Mercato in Italy, it says Tottenham have offered Franck Kessie a contract worth up to $8 million per year. The midfielder's priority is to renew with AC Milan. However, they are struggling to agree on new terms, and the club are subsequently open to selling.
Wow.
That is what Calcio Mercato are
How much
reporting.
do you reckon he goes for?
It still has to be a decent offer, like 40 million, 50 million, probably.
You reckon with 1 year left?
Yeah, it could be as high as that because he's 24 years of age, and I think you still have to pay a premium to beat the competition in these kind of scenarios. A bit like
but look at Marcel Sabitzer. He's got 1 year left, and they're talking about like 15 million.
Where's he gone?
He hasn't gone anywhere
Exactly.
yet.
Maybe that's all rubbish. Because if it was 15, if they're open to selling him 15 million, we would have gone by now.
You would think so, yeah.
You got to remember Hazard. He had 1 year left on his Chelsea deal when he signed for Madrid, and he signed for 100 million.
But isn't it a bit of a different kettle of fish? Eden Hazard was one of the best players in the world when he went to Real Madrid.
No, but why? But even with a year left, why is he going for 100 million? Because you have to beat the competition. You have to make sure you get his signature, and getting him early and not waiting a year until his contract runs out is worth that extra bit of money. And so I still think Kessie is going to go for quite a bit of money. You got to remember he's 24 years of age as well. He's very young, so he still retains a lot of value. So I think Oxlade-Chamberlain, he moved to Liverpool from Arsenal. He had 1 year left, and he moved for about 45 million.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to make sure they got him through the door. They didn't want to risk waiting a year and having all these other clubs going for him on a free. So I think that's the premium you got to pay sometimes for a player like Kessie, even if he has 1 year left. So I still think around 40-50, I would say.
Do you think it's
maybe less?
Do you think it's possible to get Kessie and Adama through the door?
Not without selling people.
Yeah, but even with selling people, I mean,
maybe
if you sell an Ndombele for 40 million, then fair enough. But he's the only one that you can really sell to get any sort of significant money.
We just need to get numbers out. We need to get numbers out the door. First of all, because we have too many foreign players, too much wages blowing the squad and stuff like that. It looks like we're going to go for Adama on loan with an obligation to buy. So it doesn't look like much outlay for him necessarily this summer straight away anyway, if we do get Adama. So I think we probably can get both of them in. If we sell, we need to sell though.
And Tommy Arsu as well.
Yeah,
and right back as well.
No, I'd like to sell. I'd like to think so. It's hard to envisage it. Like with this board, you can't imagine. It's hard to envisage we'll do that. But Franck Kessie, a midfield through a Skip Højbjerg and Kessie.
That'd be a tough midfield, wouldn't it? Not much creativity in their mind.
That's the thing. I think it'll be great when we're playing against teams like Chelsea or teams who are better than us, where we don't need to be so creative, just need to make sure we're solid,
yeah.
And then we can use our pace to break away. But you need a bit more guile when you're playing against a different opposition. But I'd definitely love to get Kessie through the door.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is the kind of moments we need to kind of capitalise on. If we can get a player like Kessie's quality through the door, it's something that we need to push as hard as possible to do.
It's
really
massive upgrade on Sissoko.
Massive upgrade on Sissoko. Massive. And got the age to back it up as well. He can be here for a long time, Franck Kessie. At the top of his game as well.
I get the feeling, just looking about who we're linked with, like in central midfield and stuff, I get the feeling that Nuno is looking more for, he'd rather players who are hard workers and are very solid and can create a base for the team, rather than players like who want to kind of get their foot on the ball and dictate games. He doesn't seem to be looking for that kind of player. And although that, that's what I've said that we've needed, and I still stand by that, but clearly he's going in a different direction where he wants the team to go in central midfield, it looks like. Yeah,
it looks as though keep solid and counter-attack kind of thing, instead of actually dictating the tempo of the game and possession of the game. It looks as though we're going to be a counter-attacking team this season. That's what it looks as though.
If judging, and especially
with Adama and Kessie, if they were to both could come in.
But is that something that would frustrate you? Because there's what a lot of people complained about last season.
It would frustrate me against the smaller clubs. The majority of home games, it would frustrate me. I think that we've got enough quality, I think, in the team to dictate possession of a game, dictate the tempo of the game, and go out and attack teams. I don't think that we should be playing counter-attacking football, let's say, this weekend against Watford at home, you know what I mean? This weekend against Watford at home, we should be putting our pedal to the metal and absolutely trying to blow teams away, you know what I mean? And we've got the people to do that.
Now we've got someone tweeting us saying apparently this isn't his agent, but I don't know, it says it is his agent on from Goal Africa. And now we've got...
Well, Goal ain't exactly the...
We've got people, there are replies underneath it saying this isn't his agent. So who is it then?
It's his agent's mate.
I don't know who this is then. If it's not his agent, people are saying it's not his agent. I don't know who it is.
Look, at the end of the day, Goal isn't exactly the most reliable.
No, but they're quoting a quote.
They're quoting a quote.
Sorry, as in they're putting it's a quote. It's not there's not them saying it's not them saying it. They're quoting someone saying it.
Yeah.
So unless they're either making up the quote or misquoting him, it's hard. It doesn't matter if they're reputable. They're just quoting someone. If he actually either said it or he didn't.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So
it doesn't even have his name on there.
It does. Massimo Brancato.
So they're saying Massimo, whatever his name is not the agent?
That's what...
Because we can do a quick search on that. It's not that hard to do a search on that.
Go on then.
What's the name?
Massimo Brancato.
Massimo Brancato is a former Italian football player.
Okay.
And... who is he?
Who is Massimo Brancato? Anyone in the comments? Eden Cooper said Paolo Maldini spoke about him last night on Sky Italy. What did he say, Eden? What did he say? You can't just put that out there. Did he say he's joining Tottenham? I want to know. Anything? Is he an agent?
Can't really see. Franck Kessie's agent is Ambition Group.
Okay, so yeah, but who's...
Yeah, I'm about to find out. Ambition Group Sports Management has 3 players on their books. Franck Kessie, Italeng and Dande, whatever that means. And Ambition Group Sports Management...
Someone says he is an agent, but he's nothing to do with Kessie. So maybe he's just not Kessie's agent, just an agent, and he's talking about Kessie. And he's heard something. Maybe that's the deal.
It doesn't look like this guy's got anything to do with this agency.
All right, we'll scrap that.
Kessie ain't coming, people. Kessie ain't coming.
I think what it sounds like to me is Goal Africa have got their wires crossed. They think it's Kessie's agent talking. I think this is a genuine quote from this guy, whoever he is, an agent. He's probably heard it. He's probably just he was asked to comment on the situation and his thoughts about it. He might have heard a few snippets from around, and that's it basically.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. But it doesn't mean. But clearly, it isn't from the horse's mouth. So, but the Calcio Mercato article. That was just now, and that's a genuine article from Italy. And they're saying that Spurs have offered a contract to him. So, although Calcio Mercato not the most reliable source, there are reports in Italy. Anyway, there you go. That's the latest on the developing story on Franck Kessie to Tottenham.
All right. Well, let's move on.
Someone says so. Not so breaking news.
No.
Someone says Rudy Galletti tweeted it. Who's Rudy Galletti now? We're going down a rabbit hole here.
We're taking you with us down the rabbit hole, people.
Rudy Galletti is Sky Italy. No, Calcio Mercato. What did he say? He said Tottenham are pressing.
They're so hit and miss, Calcio Mercato.
But yeah, he says Tottenham are pressing for the signing of AC Milan midfielder Franck Kessie.
All right, look, this is the news right now. I'll just have to see how it plays out over the next couple of days, and we'll see if any breaking news happens. We will be bringing it to you here first.